R.I. Presents.
Sea People Mountain People Chapter 2 Encounter with Mythology. Previous overview. Touka confided in Tokapcup's mother about herself and tried to find out the cause, but in the end she couldn't come to a conclusion, which only ignited Kunnecup's curiosity. From the next day, Kunnecup did not leave her sister's side and asked questions whenever she saw an opportunity. In particular, she seemed to want to memorize the words of the Wajan and asked us a lot of questions. However, she had a very good memory, and she memorized the words after only a few listens, which made me keenly aware of my own inadequacy. Also, I had rarely seen Kunnecup in Kodan, so I was wondering what she was doing every day, and in the last few days I have found out. Her daily routine was to go to the sea once a day, and that day she would pull her sister's hand and go to the sea with her, and she would go into the sea to play with the dolphins, and Tokapcup would watch it from the shore. During that time, Tokapcup taught me the Ainu language, but I couldn't learn it as quickly as the two of us. I could only speak if I tried my best in everyday conversation. A few days after we were doing that, their father came back to Kodan. The sight of his father looking at his family with a smile and waving was very kind, and I thought he was a wonderful father. When we went to his side, the people who spotted him gathered at the entrance of Kodan. After exchanging greetings with everyone, the father took his family to his home. On the way, I asked Tokapcup, "I want to see the pattern on your father's back," and she went around behind him and showed me the pattern on his back. On the back were 3 patterns drawn on it, a round pattern indicating the parents and a pattern of sisters underneath. At that moment, I suddenly realized that I had never seen anyone in this outfit in Kodan before. So, is this dress the formal dress here, and is it a rule to go to important discussions in this outfit? What bothers me is the word dangerous Wajan, that Kunnecup said. I feel like there was some important discussion, but the question is the content. I guess her father will talk to us about it later. The people of Ashihara and the Wajan. There must be a reason for this change in the way it is named. Even if I know what they are talking about, I may not be able to do anything, but I want to get a part of why I'm here. I have to listen to the content of the conversation. Returning home, the whole family sat in a circle on the rug. All were paying attention to their father. Me too, of course. However, due to her father's fatigue that day, Wajan's story was postponed to the next day, and her father asked sisters what was going on while he was away. There, Tokapcup first explained what had happened with Yukakima, and after telling her that she had been helped by a passerby, she apologized to her father, saying that she was as sorry for what she had done without permission. When the father heard his daughter's story, his expression became surprised and at the same time stiff, and he gently told her that the child should not act like that alone, and that he should not approach Yaso anymore. Then, Kunnecup, perhaps sensing that the atmosphere of the place had deteriorated, stepped forward a little and started talking about her friend Dolphin. Dad listened to Kunnecup with a gentle smile, occasionally nodding yes and occasionally giving a small laugh. However, when Kunnecup asked her father not to catch the dolphins, his expression clouded a little, and after saying, "It's not just a problem with this Kodan," he thought for a moment. Then the father opened his mouth and replied to Kunnecup with a gentle smile, "I'm going to talk to the people of Kodan around me next time, so wait a bit." Meanwhile, Tokapcup seemed to be looking for the right time to talk about me, and was confused, looking at her father and mother alternately. Then, when her eyes met with her mother, she seemed to sense how her daughter was doing, smiled lightly, and nodded slightly. Perhaps relieved to see her mother's reaction, Tokapcup nodded slightly, looked at her sister, and listened to her silently. Will she entrust my story to her mother? That night Tokapcup slept in the same room as her grandmother's, but this was originally her sleeping place. The next morning, after waiting for her mother's daily routine to finish, everyone had breakfast, and the family sat in a circle and listened to her father, just like yesterday. The story was a little different from what I expected, but it was understandable that the discussion dragged on, and it was a little complicated. Today's story ends. The continuation of the story will be updated tomorrow. Please look forward to. If you like, please subscribe to the channel.